the Australian Outback. 40 degrees Celsius in the shade, dust, unformed roads, gross weights well in excess of 100 tonnes, whether 6 decks of cattle or a 100-tonne crane. These are conditions from hell for the truck engineer. Outback Australia is a challenge to the world's toughest trucks. Right at home in this tough environment is the new Mack Super-Liner Titan.
Mack's gearboxes match just beautifully, you know, particularly for pulling 6 decks through dirt.
Cattle will definitely ride better on the front over the airbag, yeah. They used to move back off the drive before, the springs. The airbags, they all stay up the front now.
With the 3 trailers on that we had from carting from woodcutters, it went just over about 4.5 miles per gallon. It worked out too.
I really didn't think they could make a truck so comfortable. You know, particularly in a road train configuration, the interior of the cabin is soundproof to the extent that, well, not on the dirt, but on the bitumen you can hear an Engel fridge clicking in and out, so it's just incredibly quiet.
The Mack Super-Liner has a long and distinguished history. The Super-Liner Bulldog has led the pack of heavy-duty trucks for 2 decades. Now the Super-Liner Titan is the spearhead of a powerful new breed of Macks. Tough, modern, combining the best of the proven Super-Liner tradition with the latest in technology. Tino Giannicelli has been driving for road trains of Australia for many years. He drove the Mack Titan prototype during its trialling operation. The Titan worked so well, RTA purchased the truck and Tino continues to operate the Titan.
We've gone 120,000 k's now, running the bitumen, dirt, between Queensland, Kimberleys, down south, Western Australia. It's all going well. Driving point of view is still well. It's very comfortable. You don't feel nothing at all. It's good, handles well in the bitumen, rough roads. It's extra good out in the bush, washouts and things. No drama with it. Yeah, still pulling well. Getting a little bit better fuel economy now, because put lower ratio diffs in it. And it's going real well. Compared to the old Super-Liner I was driving, yeah, 100% better visibility. Everything all round is 100% better. Comfort, everything. Even handling on the roads, a lot better. All airbag suspension, new to me, but it was very good to drive.
Peter Saint owns and runs Kurundi Station with the help of his family. He has used transport as an integral part of his cattle operation for years.
You know, we bill ourselves for carting our own stock. We treat it as a totally separate business. We charge the same rate as what another carrier would charge. And in that bank account, there's always got more money in it than what it started off at the beginning of the season. So obviously it does pay. And that's the way we progressively build up our equipment. Well, basically, we've always had Macks, always had a really good run. Have had no major problems whatsoever.
So what's so good about the Titan?
The cabin suspension is tremendous. For our work out here, you know, with the dirt road, all of our cattle carting is done like we don't walk weaners from one yard to another. It always goes onto a truck. It's part of the education process of loading and unload. Absolutely cool as anything in the cabin. The air conditioning is tremendous in it as well, but you know, because of the raised cabin, the raised bonnet, the airflow that they've got coming through it, it's bigger radiators, you know, it's really good. You know, like you can turn on a sixpence just about, whereas the other trucks, you know, took a lot bigger turn and circle.
On fuel economy?
I've been really impressed, and probably the biggest reason why that it's such good fuel economy is because it's the 525 against the 400 in the old one, and once you get up there you're sort of just cruising, whereas pulling the 6X with the 400, get a bit of side wind and it was really pulling. We're getting about 1.2 with 6 decks on, out on the bitumen this is, about 1.2 kilometres per litre, which is real good. You know, diff temperature's got the big heavy diffs in it. Well, they run cool. We bought it through Darwin Mack Trucks, primarily because they're Mack Trucks in Northern Territory. Our Super-Liner never ever went back into Mack Trucks in Darwin once. You know, they've been good. Whenever a phone call's been made, it's been addressed, and no problem. And that's why I've stuck to Macks.
Steve Martin runs a bulk haulage operation out of Darwin, pulling 3 side tippers 20 hours a day. How has the Titan handled the job?
We had a job with wood cutters for 3 months, carting the lead and the zinc up to Darwin. The wood cutter's about 80 k's out, and had 3 trailers on her then, and she was doing the job real well. The never used to come up without 112 tonne on her. We've had it over in Go for a couple of weeks on single trailer work. It did a real good job over there on the rough stuff. We've had the truck about 6 months, and it gets the weight distribution a lot better on your front axle. You know, she's about 5.8. You can get it to 6 tonne loaded with the trailer, so she's spot on. Still a very good visibility out of the front of it. The way the bonnet's set up with the paint finish on it, you don't get that glare on it. The reason we went Mack was the opposition up here was very hard to get service and what have you out of. Mack, we can just wheel straight in and they more or less do it for us straight away. The service down there is excellent. They've got their workshop runs till 11 o'clock at night.
The Super-Liner Titan is an Australian engineered truck, purpose-built for Australian conditions. Every day, more and more operators are putting their Super-Liner Titans to the toughest tests and seeing the benefits of Titan tenacity and strength. It's a driver's truck, giving conditions where a driver can get the work done, maintaining efficiency and meeting the expectations of the 90s. The Mack Super-Liner Titan is a truck with real operational integrity. Heavy haulage and road trade work in the toughest conditions is what it's built for and can do in its stride. Mack Tough. And with a Super-Liner Titan, there's a 4-year, 600,000 kilometre warranty. That's the best you can get in the industry today. Most of all, the Titan is a truck to meet the toughest jobs with cost efficiency and the capability of returning the best bottom line. Every day, more and more operators are putting their Super-Liner Titans to the toughest tests and seeing the benefits of Titan tenacity and strength. If you have heavy-duty applications, get into a Mack Super-Liner Titan. Are you ready? Built like a Mack truck, this is a Mack truck.